was just for Cody. Hey, Beach Theory listeners, welcome back to another amazing podcast.
Woo woo!
Yeah. So, episode 24. Oh my goodness,
Wow,
we're just
plowing
cruising.
I love talking about myself. Just kidding.
Definitely makes it easy when you know.
We know
the
what we're gonna
content.
say. Yeah.
Today's episode, I'm super excited about. Last week, we talked about moving in and living with family and the challenges and blessings that come with that.
Yes.
It's good and bad.
Yeah.
And then today we're going to talk about
all good.
Yeah.
Really.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say probably 90%.
Yeah.
It's great.
And the other part you just have to communicate through, and it's okay.
And that's with any relationship.
Yep.
You know, no relationship's perfectly flawless.
Yeah.
Even in marriage,
You
like
know what that reminds
we
me
have
of?
to communicate.
That reminds me of when you were listening to that book Saints, and they were talking about polygamy, and you're like, I just realized I basically have this life already, because I have to communicate with so many women and make sure everything's okay, even though I only have one wife. So he's like, I only get the hard parts of it, and I don't get any of the perks.
I love that you're laughing so hard about that. It's like all the challenges that come with polygamy I have to deal with, but I don't get any benefits.
Yeah. Because there's so many people to talk to. Anyways, I don't need to explain any more of that.
To be
so
fair,
funny.
I don't need any benefits. I just need you.
Good. Oh man, I'm tearing up.
You're enough of a woman for me, babe.
Thanks.
So we were leaving last episode talking about how difficult it is trying to be the only parents.
Yes.
And feeling like this strain of like, okay, we're living with all these, there's 8 adults in the same house.
Yeah.
And they're all wanting to parent our kids.
And it got rough because with some things, it didn't matter how many times we said it. It was like their natural instinct to do certain things. Like Ryan just could not, and he would say this himself. I'm not even saying anything that he would be like, oh, I can't believe you said that.
Right.
Like he cannot help it.
Right.
But like jump in and make sure that kids are taken care of. When I say, no, don't do it, it's okay, they need to learn. You know, or
so we'd be okay with the kids playing outside all by themselves.
in the front
And
yard.
Ryan would actually
riding
sneak
bikes.
outside without us watching, because he knew that if we saw
We'd be
him,
like, no, Ryan,
Ryan,
it's okay.
leave the kids alone. They're perfectly fine. And so he would sneak behind our back, and he'd go out there and he'd watch them
just to make
sure
and it
that
was
they're
like
safe.
stressing him out, which stressed us out. And
And
the
I think it
kids
stressed
were
the kids
and
out
the kids
too.
were frustrated because it was another
Right.
adult figure telling them what to do.
Right. So
when
we're
they've
like,
already
okay.
been told something opposite of that. So
Now, actually, before we want to talk about this trip, but before we get into that, I want to say, right around this springtime, we switched and quit vlogging completely.
yes,
We went to Clamor.
yeah.
At the time, it was called ClamorCon, I think, or they just changed it to Clamor 2018 or
Yeah,
whatever.
something like that.
So we went to Clamor. We met a whole bunch of brands.
Do you know what? Do they know what Clamor
No
is?
one's gonna know what Clamor is.
No.
Probably it's an event for YouTube. I don't want to say big YouTubers, but social media influencers
Yes.
to get together and meet brands.
Toy brands specifically for family channels.
To do like networking and working out potential brand deals and partnerships and so on.
Yeah.
So we went there with some friends. A lot of the YouTubers there are friends, and that
I guess
YouTube
it's
family,
not all toys, but yeah.
right? Specifically, our friends, that YouTube family. I always
YouTube
have to.
family.
I feel like I have to say it like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
They brought us in on an adventure that they were putting together on their channel with the Bandits,
Yes.
and we were like, okay, this is kind of a cool idea, like having
we
a
were like,
scripted
okay.
story.
Honestly, I don't remember feeling that excited about it. I just remember thinking, okay, they want to do a collab. That's cool. We don't do a lot of collabs. Let's do it.
Well, we had done like treasure hunts, and we did Montezuma's treasure hunt.
Yeah.
And we like created these stories
They
around
were
these treasure hunts.
hunting specific.
Hang on.
Phone call. And guess whose song that is?
We've done a lot of treasure hunts. We did scripted things before, and we were like, okay, those always perform really well on the beach house, but we were a vlogging channel. All we did was daily vlogs.
And okay, let me just tell you, Michael is always, he doesn't change quickly when it, like, at least he's learning to. He's getting better at it. But in the first years,
I used to be very resistant to change.
It was like, no, pins and things has to be very professional. Only professional.
Right.
And like no crazy funny skits. Like, I don't know. It's like, and with once we decided to vlog, it was like, no, this is a vlogging channel. It has to be vlogging, you know.
And so we were doing treasure hunts on the vlogging channel because
But
they
it's kind
did
of-
really, really well.
Yeah.
And
they were still vlogs.
it's amazing that it took me this long to
I
literally
know.
a year and a half from our first treasure hunt. We were there at Clamor with that YouTube family. They brought us in on the Bandit series, and we realized in that moment, oh my gosh.
Well,
Like,
we realized
what if we-
after the fact.
Well, we talked to them about it a little bit, and they were like, yeah, we don't do vlogs because they don't do very well. We do
yeah.
only skits. We do only scripted stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like what if we stopped vlogging?
Yeah.
What if we did
Which
only skits?
I, at the time, was so burnt out.
We were
like,
both burned out.
I
'cause
was
we-
like getting to a point where it was making me angry to turn on the camera and point it at my face. Like, I almost wanted to just like hit the camera out of my face. Get out of my face.
well, there's
like,
nothing
I do
more
not wanna film
frustrating
this.
than working so hard on a project and not seeing the return
Yeah.
that you expect or that maybe other people
Oh,
are
I
getting.
would have totally had more enthusiasm about it if they were doing better.
Right.
But they just started dipping.
They weren't doing
further
well.
and further down. Like,
I mean,
in
every
views and
vlog
money.
would get like 1,000 views, you know, and that was
Ugh.
like a normal day. Then we did a treasure hunt and it got 1 million views, and we do another vlog the next day and it was back down to 1,000. We're
Yeah,
like, this
we're
is
like-
like,
But it took us so long to be like, we need to not do vlogs because
Right.
they're dragging down our channel. It was a journal. Like,
Right.
for us, it was
more of a personal.
more than just the views and everything, but it was getting frustrating. Like,
Right.
we wanted to just document our family and get paid for it. Really good money. Like, why not? But that's not what was happening, and we just stuck with it and stuck with it and stuck with it, even if it wasn't working.
We're just so stubborn, but that's why also I think part of the reason why we've been successful is because we're so stubborn. We don't
just didn't
we don't
give
quit.
up.
You know, like
And
so
it
many
took
people
us way
quit.
too long to figure out how to change or what to do to change.
So we were like,
Ugh.
okay, we're just never gonna give
Eventually,
up,
it happened, though.
even if we're not having the success that we're looking for.
Yeah.
But anyway, after that meeting and doing that collaboration, we're like, we got a ton of views from that video. Ton
That
of
was
new
what made the
subscribers.
choice.
We're like, wow, like, what if we did just skits?
Yeah.
And I remember making a commitment right there, like right after we got back from Clamor, I was like, we're done vlogging,
Mhm.
only skits. And our channel went like through the roof, like
Yeah.
double, triple views, revenue, like everything
Uh-huh.
was just skyrocketed. And I was like,
Oh, speaking of,
we're never going back to vlogging. At least not
I
on the
am
beach house.
I am okay with vlogging, but it has to be a idea that's so good. Like, you got to think about the thumbnail and the title first before you do anything else. And I have a really good one that is a vlog in my mind that I want to do, like
Oh.
today or tomorrow.
Oh, you just had this idea?
Yeah, well, this morning.
Should
and
we
I want
share
to,
it?
yeah, because
is
why
it?
not? I just want to have Charlie makes us dinner. So, like, 4-year-old makes dinner. And
He's
gets,
only 3
and
right now.
That's true.
We
We
should
can
milk
say
the
3.
before he
Milk the
turns
3 for all it's worth.
The younger the better.
Yeah.
Newborn
seriously.
makes us dinner.
Whatever he accidentally touches on the shelves, we have to cook with. That's kind of what
Toddler.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
though. Like, I want him to go through the pantry and kind of just be like, I'll just say, okay, Charlie, what should we make for dinner? And have him, like, touch random
It's going to
things.
be like saltines and
I
peanut
know,
butter and
but that's what we'll have
fishy
to do.
crackers.
So good luck. You're going to have a great dinner tonight.
Can we put everything in the pantry that I don't want to eat like away somewhere else before we start filming?
You never know. He might surprise
I want to
you.
rig it a little
I
bit.
hope he surprises us, because that would make a good video.
That actually sounds like it'll be fun.
It's kind of the same idea as, like, 3-year-old does the shopping.
And we've done
You
that.
know, and that did so well.
Yeah.
That's why I came up with that
we
idea.
should at least do that
Anyways,
again.
What were we talking about before that?
Changing to scripted stuff.
Yes.
So not only are we doing like scripted stories, but we're also doing games like
And notice
Hello
how when I
Neighbor, Hide and Go
said-
Seek.
Notice how when I said going back to vlogs, that's not really a vlog, but it
It's
is.
not.
It is at the same time, because I can throw things in there like a vlog
Right.
and be comfortable just filming whatever. It's not scripted.
It's vlog-ish.
It's vlog-ish with a tiny bit of planning.
But I
Like-
think a lot of vlogs,
Right in between, I feel like that's the perfect amount if you're going to do something like vlogging.
a lot of vloggers will be vlogging their day, and then
Yes.
something interesting happens, and that
Yes.
becomes the
The
title
title
and
and
thumbnail and the focus of that video.
Yes.
And so that's not scripted.
No.
But to say, okay, today's vlog, Charlie's going to be making us dinner,
Uh-huh.
and just go with whatever
It's
happens
planned.
happens. It's like
Yes.
it's kind of almost in the between.
It's perfect.
know?
Because the problem with having a vlog and coming up with a thumbnail and title afterwards is it's out of your control.
You never know what you're going to get.
You never know what you're going to get. And sometimes it might be bad, or sometimes it could be not monetizable. Like, oh, the kid lost his tooth and there's blood, so you cannot monetize that. Or, you
but
know,
that's
like,
what we did today. So that's what we're posting.
So no money. Work for free today. You know, like,
right.
And that's a really big bummer. So the benefit of being able to come up with even just a little script, I mean, just an idea
guideline, really,
to run by
story,
that would give you a great thumbnail and a great title. That's all you really, really need to be successful with a vlog-ish video.
Right. And so I think we've done really well. We've tried really hard to keep the vlog like energy, to keep it feeling very real for our audience.
Except for when it's scripted.
Even through the scripted, we've tried really hard to make it feel authentic.
Except for when I'm pregnant. That's what I'm saying. I'm really bad at making it feel authentic when I'm pregnant.
That's true. You're like, we're having this amazing treasure hunt. She's just laying on the
happy.
couch. Like,
this is so exciting.
Yeah, you guys found treasure in the wall. Cool.
I'm dying over here. Let's just ignore that fact.
That's not how you'd really be acting. So, obviously, I tried to kill her off, by the way.
I know.
I was going to bring her back when the baby came, but she didn't like the idea of being written out of the script for 9 months.
I was like, you're writing me out of the family. It's called The Beach House.
So anyway, that's a story for a later podcast. But anyway, yeah, so we switched. We decided we weren't doing vlogs. We were doing just scripted stuff. And we wanted to also create our own storyline. So rather than just taking the bandits and doing just bandit stuff with that YouTube family, which we did a lot of, and that was fun collabs, but we wanted to also have the freedom to do our own story and take it as far as we want without anybody getting upset with us taking liberties creatively.
Yep.
So we created Mr. E.
Pause. Rewind. Michael. Not really pause, but he looked like he was about to pause. So I'm like, no, not really pause. Back in the day, all the way back in Michael's childhood, he was always the cameraman. He was always coming up with these fun skit ideas with his brothers and sisters and filming those. We have some of those. That would be fun to put these in here.
We've put a couple of them on here already.
That would be fun.
Like the video that you did with my family.
No, I'm saying like rewind all the way back when you were a kid filming. You were always the one holding the camera.
I know.
And you were always the one coming up with these skit ideas. So the idea of switching from vlogging to skits was actually really exciting for you.
Totally. Well, the funny thing is,
this was like a dream come true.
Way back when we first started Pins and Things, I remember thinking, wouldn't it be cool if we had a YouTube channel where it was all scripted and different people played different characters? But I'm thinking like even more so than what we're doing right now. Like I played the role of this totally different person with a character name and I had a different personality. I was thinking that kind of a script. But this is kind of in between where it's our own family, our own personalities.
If only we had done that then. Can you imagine the millions of dollars we could have right now?
Who knows?
It's funny though, because back in the day when you did think that, it would have done so well. We just didn't know. Maybe
not, because back then vlogs were all the rage.
And then some random vlogs started doing scripted stuff it was more like lying. Like just like they would say, I don't know, like I remember that one about finding out the husband found out his wife was pregnant by sticking the pregnancy test in the toilet from the PNI. Anyways, and that was like a big blow up crazy thing because it wasn't real.
Well, in all reality, I'm going to defend that to the death because I think that's totally fine. Like, to play it off as real, even though it's not real, it's a story.
You're right.
It's just pretend.
Right.
Like,
but
honestly, don't believe everything you watch on the internet.
Yeah, don't believe it.
I mean, even what we're saying right now might not be real.
We're liars. Just kidding.
We're acting. It's a show.
We're not right now. We're telling the truth right now.
It's a made-up story.
Oh, my goodness. It's real right now.
But it could be. That's my point.
Yeah.
So don't be like so upset if something happens because you think it's real. It's just a story.
I think the crazy part was what made it blow up was YouTube up until that point was the place you went to get real life.
Right. Reality. Pure.
And that was just
real.
That was what you got when you went to YouTube.
Right.
Unless it was like obviously, something
produced.
that was produced.
Right.
But to have somebody half produce it was so mind-boggling. It just made so many people angry that like now it's totally fine. Like that's done all the time. It's not even that big of a deal, and nobody's gonna throw a fit about it. They're gonna be like, fake. That's all they're gonna do. They're just gonna yell fake in the comments, which they do in our videos all the time. But like now it's not a big deal. Back then it was a huge deal.
Right.
So I can't remember why I said that, but
well,
it's just a point.
Yeah. I've always been a big fan of, you know, people watch our videos and they think, oh, your kids are in danger. You know, we did a video one time where James was up on the roof and he had this like cardboard, you know, thing that he'd made. And the idea of the story, right? And I'm using my quotes because that's just what it was. It was a story. It wasn't real. In the story, he jumps off and he crashes and he's like, oh, on the floor, hurt. Well, obviously that didn't really happen.
Yeah.
But people that watch our videos might think, oh, this is a real family doing real things. Their kid actually jumped off the roof and mom and dad endorsed it. Well, no, he didn't really jump off the roof and hurt himself.
Straight into Michael's hands, which, by the way, if you watch that video, you can see your hand. Catch him.
But the point I'm trying to make is stop thinking everything is always real. Like,
seriously.
Just enjoy it for the story that it is. But at the same time, I will say, there are bad things that do happen on YouTube.
That's true.
That are real and
that
are not
true.
Good. And I don't endorse that.
Yeah. But it's like, even our YouTube rep, I feel like, didn't trust us for a long time because they didn't know if we were that type of people or the type of people we really are, you know?
Right.
Like, so it's just a matter of...
It's like, how do you separate the real... Because if at the end of every video, every Bandits video or every Mr. E video, he said, by the way, we made this whole thing up.
We tricked you.
Gotcha. Then all the viewers are going to be like, well, that was stupid. I feel tricked and that wasn't funny.
Bye.
And I'm not watching anymore. Like, they want it to feel real.
Yeah, especially kids. It's you're using your imagination. Or
they
it's
want
like...
to believe that it's a
exciting.
real,
It's dramatic.
adventure, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a story.
Yeah.
We're not even really married. She's just an actor that I
wow,
pay. There's no
thanks
way
a lot.
I could have married someone this beautiful, right?
It was real to me till you said that.
I'm just
kidding.
No, the podcast, I like this podcast the most because I feel like it's the most real we've ever been.
Yeah. And like...
There's literally not a thing I've said on here that isn't 100% true.
I'm going to talk a little bit more about vlogging.
Okay.
Because
so maybe we won't even get into our summer trip in this video. And I'm okay with that.
That's all right.
I'm 100% okay with that.
I just want to say, I even still now, I feel like I have PTSD with vlogging.
Really?
Because I get angry when I start to just vlog to vlog. It's almost like inside I'm like, this is invading my space. This is invading my privacy. Like, all the things that other people naturally felt that I never felt before. Like, people get mad if they get filmed sometimes. Like, and I was like, what? I don't understand that. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, get out of my face. Like, so I'm kind of like, what are you doing? Like, it's so weird. But it's mostly because I just shared too much and people started critiquing me so much. And I'm a people pleaser. And I could not, no matter what I did, make everyone happy. Right. And not only that, but there were some things that were just so hurtful. It's not the things that are like, like, you're so dumb. You know, like things, not like that. Those things don't hurt me. It's the stuff that's like, you know what, you're not a very good parent because you circumcised your child. And that's mutilating. You know, like just a horrible... Or, you know, you didn't buckle in your child right, and that's like child abuse.
Or your kids' clothes are dirty.
Or you didn't clean your house. Like, the stuff that I would openly share with people that I trusted to not hurt me with words back, you know, like, it became hurtful because I was sharing it with everyone. It was like, I don't know, the Bible verse, like, pearls before swine.
Right.
And it made me just feel like, well, I'm closing up. Little by little, I started to just close certain things off and never film them because I was like, well, I know what they're going to say. And you
don't want to be judged.
I can't handle it right now. I can't handle all the judgment. So it was just like getting less real. I think the more we did it,
yeah,
at least in my
Which
like,
made it harder to
me.
vlog.
So I just felt like it's kind of like if you go on a diet and every day you take away one major food group or something. You're like, sorry, I'm not having that anymore from this point on. And then it's like by the end of a month or two, you're like, well, there's nothing I can eat. And that's how I felt. I was like, well, there's nothing I can film.
There's nothing I can share because people are going to critique me and it hurts too bad.
Yeah.
Right.
And life is precious. My life is precious. I love what we've built. And it came to a point where I was like, you know what? Let's do scripted.
And it's a lot easier to take the criticism. Oh, that's so fake.
When it obviously is fake.
You're like, oh, yeah, it's right.
But imagine if it was real and somebody says fake. You're like,
yeah.
That hurts more.
Exactly.
So it's like, I don't care. Judge it all you want.
Because it's not real.
Because you're right.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. I don't think I've had that same problem, like with feeling judged and feeling like I've closed off anything.
Yeah.
But I can see that it's hurt you, and that makes me feel bad because I never want you to feel like you're in a position where you are being hurt.
Yeah.
And you can't protect yourself.
Well, I don't think it was so gradual. It was not something that I was just like one day, like.
Because we did daily vlogs for over 2.5 years. 2.5.
That's a long time to share all of your personal things.
Because 2015, 2016. No, it was 3.5 years.
And I've never been one for like etiquette or like making sure that I do things properly. And
I'm the same way. I'm this is me.
We are so different.
Untraditional.
We just do whatever we want. And
we're okay with that and we like that.
But other people aren't. And I don't know. I think another part of it is my opinions change over time.
Right.
And I have gone back and watched some vlogs and been like, that's not my opinion anymore at all. So how can I progress in front of so many people? I've always had an issue with progressing in front of people. Like even at home as a kid, I would sing if I wanted to sing. Oh, Jessica's dressed up and they're both dressed up and okay, hi.
Cute.
Anyways, I would want to sing a song, right? And so I'd start singing and then my brother or somebody would be like, that sounds bad. Or, just little dumb things. And then I would over time not sing because I didn't want people to say that to me.
Right.
It'd make me feel bad. And then it would be something I did in private so that nobody would see me and I could just do it, felt it, and not worry about anybody's opinions. So that's kind of what ended up happening.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad because I'm like,
I think it is really sad.
but I also change over time and
not everybody critiqued you.
I want no.
There were a lot of people that were really sad when we stopped vlogging.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, I'm not a fan of the skits. I really miss you guys vlogging.
fan.
I miss seeing the family experiences and the travels and stuff. They wanted real.
Yeah. Well, and here's another thing.
I do feel bad for them because they don't get that anymore.
I started getting a specific critique that was, why are you sharing the days that are bad? You should be happy all the time. Don't show me that. I actually had my dad get mad at me because he was watching the vlogs before we moved into the same house together. And he's like, why did you film that sad day? That was just a downer. I did not want to watch that.
Was depressing.
That was a sad video. And I was like, that's my life, Dad. It's my life. It's not just a video. I just filmed what happened. But I got those type of critiques enough that I was like, okay, I'm not allowed to have a sad day. And then I was trying to put on a show or act happy all the time.
Right.
And it didn't feel right.
It didn't feel natural. It didn't feel
I didn't feel like I had permission to just be in whatever mood I was actually in.
To be sad, to be tired.
It's
to be,
I got enough critiques that was we love it when you're in this mood, but we don't really like it when you're in this mood. So only be in this mood from now on. And it's how can you do that to yourself? That's just not healthy.
Right.
But that's pretty much what I did. I was getting to a point where I was turn on the camera. I have to be so happy all the time. And sometimes it actually did help me to be happy.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, like it helped us to have a better day
All
when
the
we
time.
were having a good day. But the thing is, you can't do that all the time.
Right.
And there were days where I would turn on the camera and be like, I don't want this camera in my face right now, and I don't feel happy, and I don't want to tell the camera that I don't feel happy, because what kind of backlash am I going to get today?
Well, that's the thing too. Like, there were days where I would vlog and you weren't hardly in the videos at all because you were having a bad day.
Yeah.
Or there were even times where I'd give the kids the vlog and it'd be like, a kids vlog, you know?
Yeah.
And the kids had the best time ever. They loved doing it.
But in reality, it was because...
But in reality, it was because you and I were both having a really bad day.
did not want to show
for
it.
whatever reason, you know. And I mean, it's nothing out of the ordinary.
No, it's just
people
like...
just have struggles in their life, and maybe I was having a bad day because, you know, something's going on in my family, or, you know, maybe I'm overwhelmed because of bills or taxes, and I'm setting up the business, and this is really hard and scary, and I'm depressed,
the stuff that you can't film,
whatever.
that's just everyday life stuff that's not exciting to people. It's boring. It's like sitting at a bank. You can't film that and be like, woohoo, I'm at a bank. How exciting. Unless you like start bank robbering and pull out some guns, you know, that would be exciting. Next skit. Anyways.
Next skit.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's certain things you just can't make exciting no matter what you do.
100%. And not every day is a party.
And not everything is exciting. It's just not, you know, life is life. It's real.
And I think that was one of my favorite things about switching over to skits was we could be like, hey, we've got this storyline. We've got 4 episodes. Let's film them all in a day. And then let's take a couple days off and not film anything.
Yes.
And we hadn't done that for 3.5 years. Like, we literally filmed every single day. And so to take a day off because we filmed ahead, we're like, wow.
This is the most amazing thing ever. We've never done this.
This feels so nice.
It was so good.
Like, we can have a bad day and just get all the things done, and, you know, and no one's going to be having to see the boring.
They're not even going to know. Okay, another thing I realized. I'm terrified to actually vlog my real feelings at this point in our life, because our life has changed so much since the last time we were actually vlogging our everyday lives. My opinions have changed. I've grown. I've learned new things, and we're in a big house, and it's like a mansion basically, and I know we will get backlash for that and judgment for that. We've already had it, and we haven't even been vlogging, and I'm like, oh, I do not want to open that can of worms. Like, it would legit, like, even just saying my own opinions, I mean, read stuff about the 1%, right? Do you remember that stuff when that was happening? Like, how so many people are angry, they want to just tax the rich people and get the money from the rich people, not have to work for it, type of stuff. And I'm like, let's just not talk about money at all. Okay, if we don't talk about money at all, that's a big part of our life. Okay, let's not talk about our house at all, because our house is a really big house. Okay, let's not, you know, I'm already starting to do that, where I'm limiting myself
like
as to
filtering out
what
all the good things because you don't want people to judge you for your successes.
And it's an issue for vlogging, so it's not happening. Vlogging is not happening. I'm avoiding all of those subjects because I know what people are going to say, because I used to say them to people who were in my position. So you've had to grow a lot. I've had to grow a lot, and I know I'm not the same person I used to be. And my opinions are they're gonna conflict with my old opinions in the old vlogs, and I don't want to start sharing all my new opinions unless we're sitting here talking about them right now.
Well, that's the thing about Beach Theory, is this is the channel I want to talk about all those things. Like, I want to be like, this is what we're doing financially, this is what we're doing with our house, like, we're struggling or we're succeeding. Like, I want to be like totally raw, because this is a journal for me. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day,
this is our replacement for vlogs essentially right now.
This is our replacement for vlogs, but it's also like, I don't have the time to sit down and write down all my feelings. Yeah. And so this is it's always experience.
Easier to talk, I think, than to write.
And we talk really well.
Yeah. we're like professional talkers.
This is going to be all of our thoughts and all of our feelings, take it or leave it. And the cool thing about Beach Theory is the whole idea behind this channel or this podcast, these are our experiences, these are our thoughts, our beliefs, opinions.
But this happened.
You don't have to agree, and that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because this is us.
And I know if you're actually at this point listening to this podcast right now, I'm pretty sure you're not like, I hate these people.
How could
Or
you
I'm
listen to the whole episode
Yeah,
and
like,
not get...
That's like, I mean,
You've made it to episode 24.
Yeah,
That's
you probably
pretty impressive.
are okay with our opinions, or like, I don't know.
Hopefully you like
Even if you
agree
don't agree with our opinions, that's fine. But like, just respect us for who we are. Let us have our own opinions, and not try to force us into believing what you believe. That's the biggest thing. Like, I'm not here to make anyone else believe what I believe.
Right. Same.
I'm not. I just want to share what I believe, and that's okay, because you can have your own opinions too, and you can share what you believe.
And I truly believe that there will be people who watch this or listen that get some value, that get some life lesson. And I hope that happens.
Yeah.
But I believe that it will. And
we've come
maybe
a
it already
long
has.
way,
That it's benefited someone's life.
Yeah.
To hear how we work through our problems and kind of what things we're going through, to know that we're regular people who have just worked our butts off and had some really good success.
Well, in my opinion, I don't think anybody's... Well, I mean, I'm sure there will be some random people who just go to episode 25 first. Don't listen to all the other ones.
Could happen.
I'm sure that happens. But if that... I guess I think more people are probably listening to all of these podcasts.
Yeah.
So I don't have to re-explain. I'm not going to try and re-explain anything I've said before.
Right. Same.
To catch people up to where we are. If you're wondering what we're talking about, go back and listen to all the podcasts. We have a whole bunch. But like in the vlogs, if I were trying to talk about stuff, I would feel like in every episode I would need to re-explain myself, because
we had a lot of new people coming in that didn't really rewatch the old library.
So
I also want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart so much to anyone who's still listening and who has followed along this entire podcast journey. Like,
say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom, because I know my mom listens. I love you.
That's like what you say when you get on camera. Hi, Mom.
But no, like seriously, to those who listen, who care that much to listen to all of our opinions and our theories and our ideas, thank you.
I really like that too. Just don't comment that I'm a bad mom. Just kidding. No, but I really do. I think it's nice to have this outlet. It's nice to be able to just talk openly and to not worry. And that's this place for us right now. And I want to keep it that way.
The podcast, in all reality, isn't making us any money.
No.
We're doing this for our own record and hopefully to be able... Because if we just really wanted this only for our own record, we could just record this, transcribe it, print it, and not share it.
Because it's really not making us money.
But we're sharing it because we're hoping that it brings someone some value.
And I mean, it would be nice if it made money one day too.
Eventually. But I'm not like... I'm never expecting this to make a lot of money. Nothing substantial.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be cool if it paid for itself.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I'm just excited for the record, for our memories, for ourselves.
Yeah.
The life lessons we've learned, and to hopefully help some other people.
Yeah. And you know what? It's kind of like therapy for me, because I realized I've been having these thoughts and wondering to myself, why did I stop vlogging? Why did I want that so bad?
Yeah.
Like, I knew, it came to a point where it was just like, yeah, let's stop vlogging. But even if it hadn't gotten to a point where we had decided that then, I was feeling all these things and I didn't know how or why or, how to express myself in that moment, because it was just so gradual that it came on that I was like, why do I feel this way? Why do I not want to vlog? I don't even know why I don't want to. I just don't want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for today's podcast. You guys, this turned out to be very different than I expected, but I'm actually really happy with it.
I am too.
This is a topic that I feel like we wanted to talk about, but I didn't realize it would take this long. But I'm actually glad that we did.
Yeah.
So,
and if you do want to know what we used to be like, all of our vlog, well, not all of them, but a lot of our vlogs are still on the beach house.
Yep.
From just go back to the first videos we posted and you'll get to see what we were like how many years ago?
This is in 2015. Well, actually, if you go to Treasure Family.
Oh, yeah.
The
There's
family,
original.
The channel Treasure Family. That has videos from James' first
when he was
steps.
A baby.
When he was a new,
So
toddler,
there's a lot of hidden gems on our channels. Mostly the older videos are going to be on Treasure Family and the beach house.
But the more consistent vlogs were on the beach house back in 2015 when you were just barely pregnant with Charlie.
Yep.
So anyway, we love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I truly, truly mean that. And next week, we're going to talk about the travel adventure for the summer. We were going to talk about that this week. But
we might talk about Ragnar.
Oh, did that happen first?
Right
before.
My God. I love Ragnar.
Maybe we'll talk about Ragnar next week.
Yeah.
And then the week after.
Okay.
We'll just have to see how it goes.
Okay.
Anyway, love you guys. Thank you again so much. You can listen to us anywhere you find podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and of course on YouTube if you want to see our beautiful smiling faces while we're recording these recordings.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I'm sure you do because we look good.
And the next episode will be live. When you watch this on YouTube, the next podcast is already up on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts,
so you get
Anchor.
the sneak peek. Sneak here.
Yeah, you can listen to it before you can watch it. So, sneak here.
You get to sneak here it.
All right. Bye, guys. Beach Theory out.
All right.